Hey, what's going on, guys? I just wanted to do a build update. I've kind of been slacking lately, but I want to show you the progress that's been done. I started on the wiring harness. Most everything on the engine is completed. I just have to make everything in the back of the engine to go into the firewall plugs I'll be installing. The only sensor that I still need to complete is the crank sensor. I have it over here. I bought the connector for the crank, but I didn't realize that the crank and the cam have the same connector. So I had to order another one of these. So I'm just waiting on that to finish up the harness. These are the firewall plugs I'll be using. So it's a 1/4 turn quick disconnect. It's a Deutsch. So I'll be able to run 47 pins per connector. Great thanks to Maven for helping me out with that. So as far as the engine, everything's kind of the same as it was last video. Just tightening up some of the wiring. What I got going on now is I have to start working on the cooling system. So as you can see here on the floor, there's my new electric water pump. It is a Davies Craig. It's I believe 40 liter or 40 gallon per hour. And you can see under here, the radiator is already mounted up. So it's going to be a rear mounted radiator setup. The coolant lines will go obviously under the car. And then what we designed for the trunk setup is I'm going to be having a tank right here. It's not welded in yet, but this is where it will be. That is going to be the high point of the system. So on the bottom of this can, there's actually going to be a hose that goes to the top of the radiator to fill the system. And then the can to the right, the Mishimoto, is for overflow. Trunk setup is relatively going to be the same. Fuel system is going to be the same. I'm still using a MagnaFuel 750 fuel pump. The wiring in the rear, I made this cool little trick relay panel. So that will control my transmission cooler fan, my radiator fans, my water pump, and my fuel pump. That way it's all kind of close in the back. Interior, the shifter's mounted. I got the switch. The switch on the shifter itself is going to be the line lock. So basically I'll be holding the switch during the burnout to lock out the rear brakes from being applied. You can see I got my trans brake and bump box buttons on the steering wheel, and then the Fuel Tech dashboard with the wideband Nano next to it. So pretty trick install. I'm happy with how that came out. Very sleek and street car-ish still. So all I'm waiting on now is the connector for the crank signal sensor. And then I'll be going ahead and button up the rest of this harness on the outside and then starting to work on the chassis harness once I pull the dash. So just wanted to take this time and show off something cool that we had made. I have a friend over at Side Effects Graphics in Daytona, and he made this pretty trick stickers for me. The background is the dyno graph of when I had the 4-cylinder, the car name, what it is, and basic information. Size of the engine, what turbo was on it, and the horsepower and torque it made. The coolest part about this sticker is the fact that the car is actually removable from it. So if you want to have the car as a slap sticker or anything like that, you can. And the background is just a cool little add-on piece. If anyone's interested in purchasing one, you can message me on Instagram, Mr. Batman, and just DM me, and they'll be $5 a piece. And I'll include shipping in an envelope. So hope to speak with you guys soon. In the meantime, stay building and stay safe.